SEO is dead. Here we go again. What the actual... Hey, Ben Norman here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going through and discussing exactly why SEO is most definitely not dead. I mean, how many times do we hear it? At least one big conversation every year. SEO is dead. But before we get into it, I'd love to know, are you focusing on SEO or have you given up? Let me know in the comments below and let's get into the video. For those of you who are unfamiliar with SEO, it's the art of optimizing your website to appear in Google's organic free listings. And if you've been paying to play with Google's paid advertising, you will see just how appealing SEO can be, just based on the cost savings alone. So why SEO definitely isn't dead? Look, as long as Google has organic listings on their search engine, SEO will never be dead. Yes, Google may be taking up more room with paid ads, competition might get more intense, and yes, if you're not in the first few results, let alone on the second page, then you are going to be well out of luck because people just are not going to find you. A few stats for you. Backlinks found that only 0.78% of Google searchers actually click on results from the second page. 2. Ahrefs uncovered that 69.7% of search queries actually contained 4 words or more. And HubSpot report that 60% of marketers say that inbound, so SEO, blog content, etc., is their highest quality lead source. So when you look at it, you can see just how beneficial SEO can be as a long-term marketing strategy. But how do you use it? Not by spamming the crap out of it, trying to take shortcuts, because again, Google will be able to tell and you risk your site getting penalized long-term, and you definitely do not want that. But if you do want to look at going in on SEO, the 5 things you need to do: understand the keyword or search terms you are targeting. Make sure you're using those in your website, so your page titles, your meta descriptions, alt tags, but for the love of God, do not just spam your site with a load of keywords and think that it's going to convert, because even if by some stroke of miracle you end up ranking well for those terms, somebody that actually comes to your site that is interested in that will just read a load of gobbledygook and end up hitting the back button, which will increase your bounce rate and people just will leave. And if that happens, Google again will know, and it will say, hang on, we're sending all of these people over to this site that's relevant for that, but they just bounce and they come straight back. So that site cannot be very good for those people. So guess what? We will drop their ranking. So it's just not going to work very well. 2, you're going to focus on long tail keywords rather than short vanity terms. For example, think life insurance versus over 50s life insurance. Yes, it's a longer tail keyword. There might not be as high a search volume for that longer tail keyword. However, the chances of your ranking for that keyword and converting people on that keyword are a lot higher. So you are much better off going for longer tail keywords that are more, they're going to be closer to that buying stage because they're pre-qualifying themselves, rather than just going for these big vanity kind of phrases such as insurance. You also need to focus on creating great content that's useful for your target market, and also Google is going to see as really relevant, because then Google will want to rank it, your target market will love it, which also means that people are going to want to link to it, which brings us on to our next point. Backlinks and citations are votes of confidence for your website, your brand, and your content. So you need to make sure that you're encouraging them, but do not be tempted to try and fake them, buy links, or try and artificially inflate your link metrics, because Google will be able to tell and you will be penalized. Instead, focus on creating great content that is useful for your target market, and it will naturally create links. Yes, there are some other things you can do as well to encourage it getting linked to, but that's a bit too much for this video and I will cover in another video. But basically, do not try and fudge your link metrics or do anything dodgy, because Google will be able to tell and you will get penalized. Which leads us on to the final point, which is be patient. This stuff takes time. Do not be tempted to try and cut corners, buy links, or engage in dodgy thin content or things like that. You will get found out and you will get penalized. SEO does take time, which is why you will often find it being paired with other tactics like paid search and paid social, because you can get some really good quick results with paid search and paid social. You can test your content, you can test different search terms, and then you work out what sells and what converts really well. You can take those keywords and search terms and start bringing that into your organic SEO efforts and start trying to get into the SEO, the organic listings for those terms, which means that you could then end up getting that traffic that you're paying for free as such. And while we're on that point, SEO is not free, because you do need to take time, put effort and energy, or get a third party to optimize your website. So therefore it's not technically free, but once you have done the work and you're keeping on going with it, you're kind of getting the benefit long term without having to pay a certain fee for every click or every time that content is clicked on. So it can be really, really beneficial. So if you're looking to make SEO a pillar of your digital marketing, just make sure you take those 5 things into account. So if you found this video useful, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon to be notified as soon as I release more content just like this to help you build and scale your business through better systems, strategies and marketing. And I'll see you in the next video.